let's talk about how a baby comes down through the pelvis. And we talked about in the earlier video, you can kind of switch them around. Anyway, we talked about in the other video how important it is to move to help your baby come down through your pelvis and through your vagina. But let's also talk about, let's be a little more specific in what is actually happening on the inside. So today we have here our fake pelvis, right? And our baby. And our fake pelvis has a vagina and perineum on it, which I'm going to take off today so that you can see these bones and kind of how a baby will sit in our pelvis, given that we have nice, good, ample space for those babies to come down in. So one of the things, a term that many women hear is called engagement, and we talk about that up in clinic as you hit that 36, 37, 38 week mark, and we talk about it with those vaginal exams during labor that tell us not only how far open is the cervix, how it faces the cervix, but what position is that baby in. And engagement means zero station, and it means that the baby's head is aligned with the ischial spines of our pelvis. So I'm going to kind of tip the pelvis here upside down so you can see right here, these are our ischial spines, okay? And this baby is not sitting correctly in the pelvis, but right here are ischial spines of the pelvis. And that engagement then, that engagement then means that that baby's head is sitting down there even with those ischial spines, okay? Now, again, we're just practicing here, so if I'm not perfect, it's all right, right? This would be that zero station, baby sitting right there even. See that the baby's head is most of the time to either one side or the other at this point. Sometimes we will find them that they will be that OA, okay? OA, occiput anterior, means that smallest part of that baby's head, that softest, most moldy part, is in the front of a woman's pelvis. OP, which sometimes we talk about as well, means that that baby is trying to bring the biggest part of its head, its forehead here, first. That's where moms get lots of back labor. So again, we're going to talk about with that normal physiologic birth, when babies are coming down in that good position and we have engagement or zero station. The next thing that happens is that baby flexes and continues to descend more. So flex means they tuck their chin to their chest, and with those pushing efforts and those contractions, that baby continues to come down and down and down. And if our vagina was hooked up here, we'd be coming down to begin to see some of the head. The flexion and descent turns into internal rotation, where that baby rotates to be able to fit all its parts through the pelvis here as it continues to flex. Then we begin to see more and more of that baby's head. That baby's going to extend and push its head out as it continues to birth. Then the baby will do what we call external rotation or restitution, where when a baby comes out OA, the baby's head will then rotate to line up with how the shoulders are that are still on the inside of mom or in the vagina there. The baby externally rotates, and with continued pushing efforts, we have the birth of the anterior shoulder, then the posterior shoulder, and that baby comes up then to mama. Through that whole process of bringing that baby down and out, as much as we would like it to be very slick and smooth and like a water slide for babies to come, it is not. And the movement that we do during labor, standing, kneeling, squatting, swaying, laying from one side to the other, all of those things help that baby through that normal process of descension, flexion, rotation, and birth.